And this man went back and basically influenced Diego Rivera, influenced Siqueiros, influenced all these artists, and to say, you know what, we should teach art. Don't get caught up in the whole artistic artsy fartsy where you could only go to the special home of what's his name because he's got a great piece. And back then that wasn't seen out there in the streets for people to look at. So this Dr. Ad, well, basically was the influence and the Mexicanismo, the pride of being Mexican, the pride of being indigenous. And from there we have Frida Kahlo. From there we have Diego Rivera in painting art that was relevant to the condition of our people. And I would like to read some of the, and this is Dr. Art Manifesto. And it's pretty relevant. I mean, you see this like, it's almost like you saw this like in the future. And he says, we are with those who seek the overthrow of an old and inhuman system within which you, worker of the soil, produce riches for the overseer and politician while you starve. Within which you, worker in the city, move the wheels of industries, weave the cloth, and create with their hands the modern comforts. Within which you, Nicantlaca, heroically abandon your land. And you know, it's pretty relevant. Like I said, from some of our people are crossing over, you know, and heroically abandoning their land. And I'm not saying that this is not our land, but I'm saying, you know, to get a better life. And heroically abandon your land and give your life in the eternal hope of liberating your race from the degradations of miseries of centuries. And here's where this comes in. The makers of beauty must invest their greatest effort in the aim of materializing an art valuable to the people. And our supreme objective in art, which is today an expression for individual pleasure, is to create beauty for all, beauty that enlightens and steers to struggle. So that's what he's saying. He's saying, forget about, you know, creating artwork that's just going to be displayed in your house. You got to go out there and create artwork for the people. Create artwork that brings information, that brings insight to you know, especially you know, insight of being proud of being indigenous. And I'm gonna. So for those that haven't seen the mural in LA, it's you know, we kind of wanted, thanks to Carlos, we were trying to turn it into a calendar. But yeah, thanks to these are all part of it. But it's so big. It's over 400 feet in length, and it's like the highest point's like 19 feet, and then it tapers down on one end on 7 feet, and then another end another 5 feet. So this is what we bring out to. This is what we painted, and it's used with teachers there. I mean, it's been criticized by teachers inside. Ironically, it's our own people that say that mirror shouldn't be there, it should be whitewashed. We've been attacked by Fox News, you know, very credible, you know, credible. And so anyways, we just, this information, I mean, this mural is basically what we're talking about right now. It's like we're basically saying, wake up, you know, acknowledge this, and in a manner that's never been put. Like I said, I grew up looking at murals and just glorifying the whole Spanish thing. And in essence, you're glorifying, again, Thanksgiving, not questioning. And we're basically coming out and saying, look, this is the information you guys don't know. And also putting a little bit of theology there, so some of our people will find out. And I mean, just creating this mural, because it took like 6 years, it's kind of interesting because it's the negativity is always coming from our own people, and the positive is always coming from either white folks or Asian folks, and saying, hey, that's a great mural. And I don't know, somehow it hasn't really gotten a lot of coverage, because there's organizations that, like, for example, something that's called the Mural Conservancy, which I submitted a couple of applications to conserve the mural, and I never get any feedback. So, you know, what that tells you, that they don't want to display anything like this, because you're basically rocking the boat. And the idea was, for me, this was back in '95 when I started this. And a lot of this stuff I didn't know. This is just the things that I knew at that time. But I mean, if I went back and changed a lot of things. For example, here comes the lie where we've been told unificación de dos culturas. And this I got it from a peso mexicano, from a Mexican bill. And I go, oh yeah, unificación. It's like you're not questioning, you're not. And religion, and look at these great people came and they did a lot of good things for us. And then I find out that Libertad, the bogus holiday of Mexican independence. Then it turns out it was a whole sham. We've been lied to. It wasn't. There was no Mexican independence. What it was Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla fighting for the criollos, meaning the Spaniards, their own brethren, their own people, because they were basically being left out. But they used our people to fight the criollos. It's almost like saying the British fighting the redcoats, or that sort of Americans fighting the redcoats. But basically, it was white folks were going to still be in control, and they are right now in Mexico. That's what you see in the Telemundo. You see Univision. It's always the güero-looking one, right? He's always a hero, and then you find the darker one is always the bad one, or the one that works. Vete por atrás, go through the back door, and because you're a servant. And that, believe it or not, that still it's in effect right now. I mean, if you go to even to TJ, it's in effect right now in our own homes. The way we've been buying into this myth of mi abuelito vino de España, my grandfather came from Spain. We really push that and question that it's a lie. I mean, we've been really duped. And here we put, peace, the doves. And so we went back and we kind of changed this, and we put the Spaniard committing crimes, and which there's an image around there. And then we went back and, because during the time, that's when the whole Zapatista thing started. And then I go, oh, wow, that was kind of inspiring for me, okay. But then, the ultimate question is it that really going to resolve the condition of our people? No, because first of all, you got to introduce the idea that we are these people. It wasn't los indios, them. I mean, you're not going to go to an archaeological site and tell your children, look at what the Indians created. No, you tell them, look what we created. I know I experienced that myself with my kid. He said, wow, Daddy, we did all this? Yes. Because we can't detach. It's like a Jewish person detaching himself from the Wailing Wall. He's saying, son, look at what the Jewish created. And then he's got a yarmulke. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And so that's what we got to basically bring this art with a different twist, a real twist, where you're saying, look, we got to acknowledge who we are as a people. And I guess the biggest thing that we should also take into consideration is that we got to come and create art, like Dr. Ott said, that steers to struggle. And thank you for coming, and that's all for me.